Hey guys, Michaela Vernava alongside Zack, Cox, and Nick Goss, who are hard at work. We are posted up at the Nesson headquarters makeshift NHL Draft room. Lots been going down in here tonight. And guys, I want to start with the Boston Bruins, number 14 overall pick. Zack, what did you think of the Bees drafting Charlie McAvoy out of BU?
I thought it was a very good pick. Definitely a very safe pick. I mean, everybody knew going into this draft, going into this offseason as a whole, that defense is the Bruins' number one need, their number one priority. And the way that the picks in front of them fell, they really had three pretty good choices to choose from out of defensemen at that number 14 pick. They had McAvoy, they had Dante Fabro, they had Jacob Chetrin, and they picked McAvoy. He's a BU kid. He had a good season under David Quinn last year. He really came along at the end of the season. And these guys, I mean, the NHL draft, outside of the top 3 or 4 picks, you're not going to see these guys for a couple of years. So drafting McAvoy isn't going to help the Bruins in the short term. But, I mean, everybody knows they need defense, and if they didn't address this in the first round, then I don't really know how they could have had a better pick than that. So, I mean, I like the pick. Again, going to be a couple of years to see how he turns out, but I think it's a good start.
And then with the 29th pick, they also draft Trent Frederick, and as you said, these guys not going to make an impact in the short term. So what do you think of them not making a trade tonight?
I think they tried to make a trade. I think a lot of teams are trying to make a trade. Kevin Shattenkirk was a big name that was getting thrown out, not just for the Bruins, but for teams all around the league. Again, Bruins need defense. Shattenkirk's one of the better ones on the kind of open market, on the trade market. But the Blues GM was saying that he really didn't get any. It was kind of similar to what Danny Ainge was saying last night at the NBA draft. He just didn't get any offers that were anywhere close to what they wanted for him. And I'm sure the Bruins tried to make some moves for some other guys, tried to do some finagling. I'm sure Don Sweeney was hard at work. But, again, they weren't going to make a move unless it was beneficial for both sides, and apparently nothing came of it.
Well, we did see some big trades around the league tonight. Nick, what do you think of some of the transactions that went down?
I think one of the main themes with these trades tonight was clearing salary cap space. The salary cap did not go up very much from this past season to next season, so you saw some teams move some money around. The Detroit Red Wings were able to find a taker for Pavel Datsuk's contract. That gives them almost $7 million more in space. They can now use that money to pursue a top-line forward. Steven Stamkos is the name everybody's throwing around. They need a center. They can offer him as much as $10 million per year, so they might make a run at him, but obviously they'll have competition from the likes of the Buffalo Sabres, Toronto Maple Leafs. And we also saw the Chicago Blackhawks trade away Andrew Shaw to the Montreal Canadiens for 2 second-round picks. Shaw's been a useful player for them, but he reportedly wants $4.5 million per year for a bottom-6 player. That's a lot. And they need to re-sign some other players next year. That Artemi Panarin could get really expensive to re-sign. So I think a lot of trades tonight and in the future, these next few weeks, are going to all be about making salary cap space. That's one of the best things you can have right now with the cap not going up.
Well, Nick, now overall, who would you say won this first round of the draft?
I would say the Arizona Coyotes. They took Clayton Keller, number 7 overall. He's a very good player, very good forward. And number 16, they traded up 4 spots to get Jacob Chikrin. He was number 2 on pretty much every mock draft going into this past season. Some injuries and some struggling play on ice kind of dropped his stock a little bit, but he's obviously a tremendous talent, two-way guy, and they're building a really good blue line in Arizona. So I thought they addressed 2 needs with these first round picks. So they did a pretty good job.
All right, great. Thanks, guys. We all have a lot of work to do tonight, so we're going to sign off. Keep it on NESN.com for all your NHL news.